In this video, we are going to tackle placing and positioning a head wall on both ends of a major culvert replacement. So we've got a box culvert. We want to figure out where to put these, and of course this is kind of the end product. Where we're going to start is here, where we've got our road designed, we've got our culvert largely in place, but we're going to use the head wall to shorten things up here. And then we've also got a file prepared where we've got our head wall created. So, and the main tools we've used to create this head wall is, well, new feature, being able to edit the coordinates and enter the coordinates of different features tabularly, and using tools such as buffer, shift, and assign to get things positioned as we'd like. And I'll just mention too, the inside portions of these features are 3D facets, where the outside is designed as a tin. The outside top is designed as a tin. So we are going to start in location, but we're going to start in location to take out the information that we'd like to use to position those head walls in terrain. So I'm going to hit File, Save As. I'm going to save this out as a terrain file, and I'm going to save my stream alignment as a TRX file. So I'm going to just set that to be current, so I can see just my stream is selected. I've got Edit and Terrain on, so it'll open terrain for me. Excellent. I'm going to do the same with our road. Again, current only. And I'm going to jump into that file that I've got my head wall already created in. Now, this head wall, when I built it, just to make it nice and easy to work with, I've started with a nice 90-degree orientation and down around the 0, 0 mark for where things all start. So with this, I want to save this as something new, so I can use this file as an object to use in future projects. So I'll just say 10 by 10 head wall, upstream. And I want to see where that other stuff is. So I want to see my topo, my road, my stream. So I'm going to go in here, plan options. I'm going to click backgrounds, I'll click add. I'm going to add in my topo, I'm going to add in my stream, I'm going to add in my road. Great. Now these, I'm going to make the surfaces all visible in my 3D view. And it's not going to change anything right now because I'm so far away from it, but I'll just do it now to have it ready when we get there. I'm going to make my topo surface white. I'll set my alpha channel, which controls transparency, to be 120. I'll set my stream alignment. I'll just leave that as gray. Set that as 200. And my road alignment, I'm fond of this color here, and away we go. Now, I'm going to move this into position. I'm just going to zoom to extent so we can see down at 0, 0 here, we're way out of whack. Our project is actually over here. So I'll move by rectangle to start. And that's probably close enough. Now, another thing I'd like to note, I've got the elevation of my creek here, so 1350. Let's shift this up to be at the right elevation. So we can see we're kind of in the right ballpark. We haven't twisted that around into the correct position yet, but we will. And just to avoid having to look at where this culvert is, we kind of want to ignore that for now. I'm going to turn the surface off for that. And I want to make sure I can snap to the stream alignment. I'm going to go in here, backgrounds, stream alignment, properties. I'll turn snapping on. And in my 3D view, if I don't want to see that surface, we'll just turn it off. So we're going to grab this. We are going to move it by vectors. We are going to want to turn scaling off, so we preserve the actual dimensions of everything we have on the go here. And we are, well, let's model that and see how it looks. So we can see we've got lots of freeboard. Let's try pushing that back a little bit. We need the plan view selected to have move by vectors available. Looking reasonably good. Maybe we'll scoot that back just a hair more. Oh, and we're under the surface, so we went too far with it. So I am content with that for my upstream headwall. We are going to repeat the process with the downstream side of things. So I'm going to start with that same generic file, opening it in terrain, and we'll change the name. So file, save as. .3D options, we'll add in our backgrounds here. Now I want the upstream file that we've just created in here too. I want my road alignment, and I want my stream alignment. And of course I'm going to want my topo as a Helps to see what's going on in the surrounding ground. Now, as far as snapping goes, and I'll just adjust this now. I want to snap to my 10 by 10 head wall rather than my stream alignment. And then I'm going to set my visualization here, my surface, just the same way I did in the other side of things. I'm going to make my road alignment a little darker here. Now I want to see where all of this lands. I'm going to move that into position. I overshot things. And here I can see I don't have my 10 by 10 head wall saved, as the same old position is there. So let's just save this. There we go. Now when we hit zoom to extents, we can see it's all in that same general vicinity. So with this, let's rotate things. Let's shift things. And let's position things. So once again, we're going to use that move by vector. And we can see we're already pretty close, but let's scoot that back. We'll just go back that far. We can see we've got a bit of freeboard. Still good on that side. So I'm content with that. That's the positioning of my head walls that I'm going to use. So we've got that. I'm going to save this. Now we're going to jump back into our design here. And we're going to add those two files in. Upstream, downstream. So we can see where they land. Now we're going to want to lop off our culvert at the right position. So in my sign by range, I'm going to scoot that back to be at station 55. Excellent. We're going to check things out at the other end here. And it just so happens we're very symmetrical. So we're going to do the same at this end. Now, as far as our road's concerned, if we want to show where we intersect that head wall, we probably should. So I'm going to go into my 3D options here. I'm going to add those terrain files in so I can merge them. So let's recalculate. Make sure we have the right hierarchy. Oh. We'll just check those boxes here. So now we can see the fill stops at our edge of the head wall. Now we're also going to want to display those head walls in our different views. So we could do that as just the surface. I'm going to go a different route with it, and we're going to add those in as reference features. So let's go in here. We are going to click this. We are going to go with our downstream. Actually, let's go upstream head wall first. We are going to define all the features in it. We want to see that in our profile as projected features. There we are. We'll do the same on our other side. We're going to add another one based off downstream. Projected. There we are. And then if we want to see those in our cross-section view here as well, same thing. We'll just make sure that we have them turned on. And I don't want to show those symbols, so we are going to turn both of those off. So there we have it. We have our head walls positioned. We've figured out how much we can shorten up our culvert as a result of using the head walls, and we can visualize them when we go to create our documentation for them. And we could also include that when we create our staking information. Thanks.